Hello folks, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and I've just travelled up the coast today, not too far, and I'm at a place called Saltwick Bay, which I've been to on many occasions, but on this occasion I thought I'd bring you with me because I've just bought a 14mm super wide angle lens for my full frame Nikon camera. And one of the reasons why I've come to this area is because the geology down on the beach there is absolutely wonderful, and I think this super wide angle lens would be really conducive to that type of photography. So I just thought I'd bring you along with me and see how we get on with it. So let's go. So, as I said before, I brought my 14mm super wide angle lens down, fixed focal length 14mm, and it's not. I'm not doing anything technical today. I'm not giving any how sharp it is or anything like that. I'm just going to try and show you how I take my super wide angle shots and talk you through why I'm taking them and the reasons why I'm taking them. So it's a lovely day, maybe too lovely. The sky's a bit blue. There's a few clouds in the sky, but not too many. But I'm not really bothered about that today. I'm not going to be taking any like super duper shots today. I just want to try and, because it's the first time I've used this lens, and I've used wide angle lenses before, but my widest is 18mm, so this is another 4mm on top of that. So there's going to be a massive difference, and one of the reasons why I bought it is to give me different perspectives, and this 14mm is going to give me that, and hopefully give me some unique images. So that's the reason why I bought it, and today I thought I'd go out and see what I can get with it and share it with you guys. So just wait for this tide to go out and we'll see what images we can get. Lovely to be out though, lovely to be out, guys. Right guys, I've set up my first shot, and I've sort of gone for an easy shot really, because this is a shot that's been taken many times, but I thought while I've got my 14mm lens out, I'll have this as my first shot, because it is quite easy, and this is a classic angle to get this image, and I'm really placed right up against this shipwreck here. It's the Von Tromp, and it's got amazing textures on it, absolutely beautiful. And I'm using this part of my foot. I've got about a third from my tripod leg to the Von Tromp. I'm using that as foreground interest with this lovely detail in this surface here. The only slight concern is that right on the top of my composition might be a bit too far away with this 14mm lens. So yeah, that's a bit of a concern, but other than that, I think it's wonderful. I'm using this feature here to put Saltwick nab right through that, so they're not intersecting, This is coming through the horizon a little bit, but I'm not too concerned about that. Other than that, I think it looks wonderful. Could have done with a bit more cloud in the sky, but you can't have everything. But yeah, I'm going to take this shot. Nice and easy one to start with this 14mm lens. It's really drawing your eye in, this shipwreck, really drawing your eye in with this lovely curve, swings right out into centre of this pool area here, and then your eye drops onto this other part of the shipwreck, which is where the engine is, and then right up into the distance there. Really lovely. Yeah, same as I say, it's an easy shot this, but I thought I'd take it while I've got my 14mm lens out. So yeah, see what you think of this one. I think what's coming increasingly obvious as I've been using this afternoon is that, as I've repeated before, you need to be so close, and you can see how close I am to this rock. And even when I look through my viewfinder, it seems quite a way away. I'll just show you on my screen here that how close I am. Pretty damn close. But it just really emphasises anything that's immediately... Oh! Thought that was going to go on. You nearly went then. You nearly went then. The wind. As I was saying, it just really emphasises whatever's close to the lens, obviously because it's 14mm. But I'm loving the perspective that it gives you. It's absolutely wonderful. It really does show amazing detail, this lens. But obviously I'm going to have to come out and practice a little bit more with it. And this is what today's all about really, because I've been using my 18 to 35 for God knows how many years, and this is only the first time I've been out with it. So it's an expanse and it's enlightening, and it's pretty amazing. Brilliantly amazing. So I'm going to go ahead and take this shot, and let me know how you think about the perspective of this. It could be, to me, it's just beautiful. It really does. It is beautiful. I just wish there were a bit more clouds, but you can't always have that, can you? It's just coming out and enjoying your photography and being in a lovely place like this with an amazing 14mm lens. Absolutely love it. Right guys, for this composition I've come across this beautiful piece of rock here that's been hit by some lovely light. Actually, it's coming from the sky, some ambient light that's really hitting across there, and it's bringing out the lovely detail in this, and it's sat in a bit of a recess, a really sort of, I don't know, it's probably about half a foot of recess here that's sat in there, which I quite like, gives interest. And then I've got on the left hand side of my composition, I've got a big rock balanced out with another one on the other side, which really balances this out. There's a little bit of the sea coming in the mid-ground there, which is really important. And then I've got black nab on the right hand side of my composition to just give it the whole balance. Nothing much going in the sky as usual today. It's just not, there's been hardly any cloud today, but I'm not too worried about that today. So it's just getting used to this wide angle lens, and I think this really works well. I think there's some really nice balance in it, there's loads of texture in it, and I think it's really conducive to this wide angle lens. Right guys, I think I found a really beautiful composition here. And I think it's just balanced beautifully, I really do. This foreground I absolutely love. There's just enough foreground in here not to overhaul the old image. It's got lovely cracks and detail. There's a little bit of light that's been reflected off the sky. And then just beyond that, there's some beautiful sort of stepping stones just beyond my foreground. And then into the midground, there's some lovely rocks in that sea there, and it's finished off with some beautiful light that's hitting the island on my top of my composition there. Really love this composition. Can't wait to show you it on the screen. I think it looks lovely. And this just encapsulates what wide angle photography is all about for me in seascapes. Right guys, I think what I've learnt today with this 14mm lens that you need to take special care before you take an image. So looking through your camera, looking at the edges and especially the midground, because it can be forgotten with these super wide angle lenses. You seem to take more time looking at the foreground and the background of your image and then forget about the midground. So that's what I've found today. And to be at a really nice low angle to really emphasize that foreground detail, I think that's really critical. And it's totally different from using my 18mm lens, this. Totally different. That 4mm difference makes a huge amount of difference. It really does. And it's going to take me quite a long time to adjust to this. I suppose the only drawback with this particular lens that I've got, this 14mm Samyang, is that it doesn't take filters. So in some situations I will not use it. But I love the fact that you can get unique images with this. It's just going to make so much of a difference to my photography. And that's one of the reasons why I bought it. That's one of the reasons why I bought it. But I also found today that if you tilt the lens up and down when you're really close to a subject, the background, because of the distance between the foreground and the background enlarges. I think I've shown a clip on the film today emphasising that fact, so I've found that's a little tip that. So yeah, I've learnt quite a lot today, but obviously there's a lot more to learn with this 14mm. My 18mm lens, I have no problem with that at all, taking wide angle shots, and that's wide, but this 14mm is a different ball game altogether. So yes, that's going to be me done for today. I hope you've enjoyed me using my 14mm lens. I just thought I'd bring you out with me today and show you what I'm going to be doing with it. And if you've got any questions, leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you could put a thumbs up on the video, I'd really appreciate that. And if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my little space here on YouTube. That would be fantastic. So until the next time, I'll see you later.